host, Alan Porter. Alan, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing good, Neil. We just had a big rainstorm come through here, but the sun's out. Pretty nice. It's about 70 degrees. May go golfing this afternoon.
It's 40 degrees. We did have a little bit of 50 and 60-degree weather. I have a heater blasting right now. So I don't like being cold. All right, today's topic, the big beautiful bill. Is this the greatest opportunity or the biggest illusion for business owners? Finally, we're going to start talking about this because people got to move fast. After today's news, we got to
Yeah.
move fast, fast, fast. What actually changed for business owners under this new legislation?
Well, the biggest shift is permanence. Lower individual rates and the 20% QBI deduction for pass-through entities are no longer temporary. Bonus depreciation remains strong. This creates predictability, but predictability creates planning power. And if you don't have a plan, like I said all the time, you've got to have a plan, and any plan has to be updated constantly. Things change all the time.
So why does making tax cuts permanent change strategy?
Well, Neil, first, rules are temporary. You rush. When rules are permanent, you structure. Business owners can now plan multi-year compensation expansion, exit strategies without guessing whether deductions disappear in 18 months or not. Things change all the time, and with AI, and it's immediate. The visibility is there all the time. People don't think so.
And that's true, because you talked about visibility in the last podcast, but I really wanted to talk. That's why these next two podcasts we're dedicating to the big, beautiful bill. And we're going to really break down a specific topic area because all this is amazing. The education that you guys can learn on this podcast, because Alan, you constantly educate yourself, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, especially tax laws, they change constantly all the time. Not only tax laws, but everything else, the insurance company and just there's things change all the time, and people need to continue to be educated.
Uh-huh.
Education is everything in any business that you do, as far as I'm concerned.
So what does this mean? Does this mean business owners will automatically pay less in taxes, Alan?
Well, not automatically. The law creates opportunity, but structure that determines the outcome, entity type, income timing, payroll strategy, and reinvestment decisions they matter more now than ever, Neil.
So how does bonus depreciation affect growth decisions?
Well, one thing, it encourages reinvestment. Equipment, technology, and infrastructure can be expensed immediately. That improves cash flow and lowers taxable income, but only if the purchase aligns with long-term goals. Because if it doesn't, you've been making a huge financial mistake.
And that financial mistake could cost you a lot of money.
Absolutely.
What's the biggest mistake business owners might make right now, Alan?
Well, one of the things that I've seen with some of my clients, assuming permanence equals simplicity. Compliance and recording requirements are still expanding. Stability in tax rates doesn't mean less scrutiny. I mean, they're going to come up with more tax codes, whatever. But you've got to stay ahead of the ball game.
What should business owners be doing immediately, Alan?
Well, first off, they need to review every entity structure, their compensation models, the depreciation strategy, and long-term exit planning. The window's open, but it won't stay wide open forever.
No.
You need to understand the limitations of all of these, just like depreciation strategy. You need to educate yourself on what's available to you and your company. And if you don't, you're going to fall far behind everybody else.
And what's going to happen with this new tax code is people are going to be happy with this big, beautiful bill, aren't they, Alan?
I think they will be, if they got the right people to advise them.
Especially on the business side. The personal side is going to be good too, especially as we know for sure. And so what I would do if I'm completely confused right now, Alan, saying, okay, now I need to really start planning. And my team I currently have is not really giving me good advice. You don't charge for your consultations, Alan, or people you provide education and clarity and planning where other people are going to charge a ton just to talk to them.
Well, here's the thing, Neil. I don't charge for my consultations. It's all about education. But people need to understand. Now, I'm an expert in insurance products, but this is a different strategy. And I have a team of specialists on my team. And what I mean by specialists, I've said this before. If I'm your family doctor, I can treat you for minor illnesses, minor injuries. But if you want your knee operated on, you want the orthopedic surgeon, the specialist. And that's what I have on my team. Top tax specific attorneys, CPAs, and other specialists in their fields. And we collaborate together to come up with solutions for people's and individuals' financial problems. Just like how to possibly reduce and eliminate both debt and taxes, set up for tax-free retirement. Tax planning and tax strategy is absolutely huge. Business exit strategies. I ask business owners all the time, would you rather have a tax deduction than paying capital gains tax when you sell your business? They say, oh, Alan, absolutely. How do you do that? Well, it's not how I do it. It's how my team of experts know how to do it. And that's why I have a team, because not everybody knows everything. You know, one of the things, Neil, I've learned over the years, and I deal with a lot of affluent clients, and I ask them two questions. I said, when's the last time any of your advisors, whether it's a CPA, your attorney, or your financial advisor, ever give you any proactive tax advice? It's slim to never. Your attorney wants the proper documentation for legal documents. Your financial advisor wants to find the best possible scenario in a financial product for you, and your CPA wants documents so he can file the right taxes. But he doesn't give any proactive advice. He's just a number taker.
Wow.
And I tell people, and the other thing I ask them, I said, you know, you may have the best advisors in the world, but it's what they don't know that's going to end up costing you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in undue taxes, fees, and lost opportunity cost. I mean, and they all agree with me. And they always ask me, well, Alan, what do you mean by lost opportunity cost? Well, what if I could show you, using a tax strategy, how to give you a tax-free retirement that's in the tens, hundreds, and possibly millions of dollars of tax-free money that will mitigate or eliminate the risk in retirement that almost every other financial vehicle only compounds. Is that something you'd like to? And it's paid for by tax strategy we did. The government pays for it. You don't pay for it. They said,
All
yeah,
right.
I want to do that. I want to do that. I said, well, we'll start talking then.
Exactly. And the best place to contact you is 910-551-1046, or go to your website that has a plethora of information at strategicwealthstrategies.com, or email you at strategicwealth, the number 0 at gmail.com. Appreciate it, Alan.
All right, buddy. Take care.
All right. That was the Strategic Wealth Strategy Podcast, guys. Take care.